Hi there, and welcome back to the Front Range. I am the dad.
I'm the daughter.
I'm old.
I'm young.
And today we are going to be taking a look at our second symphonic metal band, Epica. Now,
I bet they're pretty epic.
she's a comedian. So we have been blown away by Nightwish.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, it really opened our eyes to a whole genre of music that we were not familiar with. We are absolutely going to dive deep into the catalog of Nightwish. But there's been so many suggestions of other bands that are out there that we should try from Nightwish fans that we kind of thought, hey, let's, take a look at another one and kind of build that up. Now, one thing I don't want to do, and I made a point of this, is I don't want to, our dog is making funny noises. I don't want to compare because I don't think that's necessarily the best way to get a gauge of, this band is to sit there and look, oh, how they do this and how they do that. And, and Flora Jansen sings this way and everything else. So definitely going to avoid doing that. Mm-hmm. But obviously, thank you for making suggestions. This was a band. Epica was a band that people suggested. And the one thing also that jumped out, went ahead and just kind of looked at random for a live performance. Mm-hmm. And this one was one that was just, the video was just released like 3 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. So, and then it also listed actually that there's tour dates associated with this band. So, not making a comparison, but clearly a difference in the fact that Nightwish is on kind of a break or hiatus as a band. And this is a band that's currently active, which is kind of cool because I would really like to see one of these bands live because we love live music. And this just seems like, from what I've seen, it's an event. Like it's, the stage shows that we've seen from Nightwish and the way the music is just so, it's immersive and it's just all encompassing and the crowds are just going nuts. But I will say this, from just the observation, they look like the European crowds are much more well behaved.
Yes.
Than American crowds.
Like they always are.
Like it seems like they're totally in the moment. They're totally banging their heads. They're totally going for it, but they're not crushing each other. And I'm sure it happens. I mean, concerts are concerts, but it just seems like having been mostly to concerts in the United States, like sometimes it's a real hassle with the crowds here. So anyways, just an observation. Maybe I'm completely wrong. Anything else?
No.
So again, it's something totally new. Really excited to watch Epica, Eye of the Storm. And we're going to bring that to you right now.
Oh. Thunderstorm?
Ziggo, live at Ziggo Dome. I don't know where that is.
Are you guys having a good time? Oh yeah! Another one, the new album. Eye of the Storm.
Sounds like a pirate.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So that's right away. Like that's leaning way. And again, we only have one song like as a sample size. But obviously right away they're leaning heavily into the heavy metal, almost death metal, riffs and guitar, which I love. Like I'm a huge, heavy metal guitar guy. But even those vocals, that's a much heavier sound.
I do love the way it kind of sounds like, symphonic. And then, but like, it kind of sounds like a pirate theme, which I really like that.
Right, yeah.
And then, obviously, transitions straight into, you're like, It's great.
It's interesting because I've noticed so much they use in the symphonic portion. I'm just curious. This is a question you guys can leave answers in the comments. Obviously, so much of it is done on the synthesizer. Do any of these bands, and maybe this band in certain stops on their tour, do they ever use actual string sections or like horn section, like brass sections, or is it all done on synthesizers? It sounds fantastic. I'm just curious. But yeah, they're off to a good start. And again, the light show, and obviously these kinds of bands always put on a great show. Both, I said it before, but both visually and audibly, like they're hitting all the senses for their show. So off to a great start.
She looks like Rowena from Supernatural.
She kind of does. And interesting, I'm curious, do most of the symphonic metal bands have a female vocalist? Is that really common to these bands? Because obviously, being exposed to two of them, both of them have a female vocalist. I don't know if this guy, he looks like he's also the lead guitarist. I don't know lead guitarist, rhythm guitarist, so I wasn't really paying attention. But within this band, is he considered lead singer, or is she considered lead singer, or do they just kind of share those roles? But it is interesting, again, having a female voice there as part of it. Positive messaging too. Like, it's interesting with this music as you have such heavy guitar and like heavy drums and all that, but I mean, it seems like she's singing about, finding hope when there is no hope,
right? Like in the
eye of the storm, and like fighting through that, and trying to find that hope when kind of times are at their darkest. So again, interesting theme, and clearly within this type of music, you really got to pay attention to lyrics,
right?
Because they're always giving some type of a message that's pretty deep. It's not just kind of surface level,
right,
sort of lyrics.
I'm always really curious with pyrotechnics because being in the crowd, like when people have pyrotechnics, you can feel it.
Yeah.
So I'm always curious with people on stage, like how hot is it really like for them? Because you could be so far away and you still kind of feel the residual heat from it. You're like, are they burning?
Gene Simmons caught fire once.
Did he really?
And they put it out like on stage, and he kept playing. Michael Jackson caught fire once in a commercial. Yeah, like it. Yeah,
that's crazy.
I mean, these kind of stage shows, like they have to be very rehearsed. Like they have to know where and when
Right.
that stuff's
but
going to
they still
come
obviously
out.
feel the heat from
Oh
it.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
That's crazy.
That's what you got to do for your art, right?
That's
and
insane.
His voice really sounds like somebody, and I can't off the top of my head. It's gonna kill me. I hope I come up with it before we finish the video, but it's killing me because he sounds like somebody. I can't place it.
Oké, Ziggo Dome! Ik wil een grote moshpit zien! In het midden! Headbanging! Everything!
We got the piano spinning in the background. That was awesome.
So that was clearly the lead guitarist. I don't know if they switched back and forth, but now that made it pretty clear to me. And it's always, you know what? It's good for me to see. I've made the complaint for a long time, like that the rock band scene is dead, largely in America. Like it's just not what it used to be. Again, growing up, Gen X, heavy metal bands everywhere, heavy metal shows I used to go to like every other weekend. To see a solo like that out of a band, like it's weird, but you just don't see it that often
Right.
with like so many bands. And like for me, that's just so refreshing because that's what I grew up on. Anyways. All right, so that was Epica, Eye of the Storm. So initial thoughts, like right away, really enjoyed it. Definitely expanding on what this genre entails.
Right.
Right? I mean, obviously, now I'll get into a little bit of a comparison. I didn't want to do it like when I was watching it, but just because I only have one frame of reference really for this music. This one feels like they're a little heavier than Nightwish, but again, I have a very small sample of Nightwish, so I don't know. It could be that they lean into that as well. I can't place like that singer. I can't place who he sounds like.
I don't have any frame of reference because I listen to Billie Eilish and K-pop.
Yeah, like that's more like that intro and that kind of voice and that kind of metal is like what I have, like that I listen to in my Spotify playlists.
I'm listening to BTS and Stray Kids.
I know it'll come to me. It's not Slipknot either. I can't place it. Anyways, the lyrics again, finding, don't lose your fire when you're in the middle of, chaos and the storm or tough times or whatever it is. And, finding your freedom on the other side, if you can kind of just make it through and keep yourself together.
I do really like the mix of everything.
Yes.
They mixed it very well.
Yes.
Like nothing got drowned out.
Right.
I also love the keyboard spinning.
Yes. Yes.
You're like, well, where'd it go?
Yes. Yeah, and obviously sold out shows. I mean, this music obviously is, it resonates and it has a huge fan base. And again, I'm not quite sure where. Oh, Amsterdam. Never mind. It says on there. I said I didn't know where the Ziggo Dome is. Amsterdam. And it's funny because we were just discussing. We're like, like if we really start digging deeper and deeper in this music, we might have to make a little trip to see one of these bands or a couple of these bands in Europe, because I feel like that would be the place to see them. But yeah, this is definitely another band that will kind of look at their catalog and dig deeper and do some more reactions to. Any other thoughts?
No, I love how it did sound, and I love it. Piratey.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, the intro with the kind of strings on the synthesizer definitely evoked a little bit of kind of a sense of pirates.
And that's not anything bad. It's
right. We do love pirates.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know that
It'll come to you when you're like about to fall asleep.
It really does sound exactly like somebody who I listen to often on my workout playlist, but I can't. Anyways, but yeah, so make sure in your comments let us know other Epica songs or other. We've now listened to Nightwish. We've listened to Epica. I can't off the top of my head. There was a third band in particular that people were recommending that I can't remember that we will also dig into. But keep those comments coming. Keep those suggestions coming. As always, like, share, subscribe. If this is your first time joining us, we are a new channel. We're a small channel, but we're really trying to grow. Subscribing in particular really helps us. It pushes us out into the algorithm more. It gets us into more people's feeds who like this kind of music. It's totally free. You just hit the little subscribe button down below. And like I said, we love the interaction. Oh, and another thing, if this is the first time joining us, because we love these symphonic metal bands that we're learning about, we know that a huge portion of the fan base is abroad, is particularly in Europe. So if you do feel like leaving a comment, let us know where you're commenting from, because we just kind of get a kick out of this global community that these bands seem to have. So, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Other than that, keep an eye out. And if you are subscribed, then you'll get a notification when the next one's coming out, and you'll be able to join us again. And as always, thank you for joining us. We always appreciate anyone takes time out to watch any of our videos. Yeah?
Yep.
All right. So we will see you on the next one. Bye.